Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on this blue-green look right here. For this look, I used the Dark Magic palette from the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, and I could not be bothered to do my hair today, so that's why it is put back in a bun, and yeah, that's that. I also wanted to mention, if you guys watched my Jeffree Star Blood Sugar review tutorial video, I will link that down below. And I just wanted to give you guys an update, if you did watch that video, that I did try some of the more warmer brown shades in that palette and there was no burning, stinging reaction. So the red shades in that palette, I must be allergic to something in them, because the brown shades, I felt nothing. So I just wanted to give you guys that update, and if you want to see how you can recreate this look on my eyes, then just keep on watching and we will get right into it. Okay, so my eyes are already primed, so I guess I will just zoom you in and we will jump into this tutorial. My eyes are already primed, like I said, and they are super dry today, so this should be fun. So for this look, I did use some tape on my eyes just so we could really get that sharp effect on the edges and get a nice gradient on the edges. If you don't have tape, you can always just wipe it with a makeup wipe after, but I do like the way it gives the edges like a nice gradient when I use tape. The first shade I'm going in with is the shade Busted right there, that blue shade. I am taking it on a Luxie 121 mini tapered brush, and I'm just stamping this shade right in our crease. So this shade is basically going onto our lid just a tiny bit, as you can see, and then just above the crease, because we are going to be blending it out with a different shade. So this doesn't have to look perfect, you just want to have the shade applied in this shape. The next shade I am taking is Potion, this gorgeous green right there, and I am taking this Glamour Dolls brush. I love this brush so much. I'm gonna pick up some of that shade, and this is the shade that I'm using to blend out this blue shade. So I'm just gonna start on the edge and start buffing out this blue shade, as you can see. So just basically place it halfway on the blue and halfway onto your bare eye, just so you can get a nice blend. Now I'm taking this fluffy brush from Alamar Cosmetics. It is clean, there is no product on it, and I'm just lightly blending out those edges, just so it looks nice and seamless in the crease. And you can always go back and touch this up in the end to how you'd like it if you want to add more of that green shade. So now I'm just taking more of that Busted shade, and we're going to bring back that shade with a little more pigment. Grabbing just a tiny more of that Potion shade, and once again just blending. This look requires a lot of back and forth blending. Okay, so once we have those two shades down, I'm going in with the shade Inside Job right here. I'm taking more of a flat packing brush, and this is from the Vintage Cosmetics Company. This came in a BoxyCharm. I believe this was the brush I used last time for this color. And I'm gonna grab some of that, and then this color I'm gonna start placing on the outer edge. So this shade is basically the same thing, just packing on the shadow, and then we will do our blending. So I'm going to grab the Glamour Dolls brush again and just lightly start blending that out. So now for the scariest part of this eye look, we're going in with the black shade Temptress right here, and I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for that green shade. I'm just going to use the other side, and this shade, we're going to pick some of it up, tap off the excess, and this shade we're also adding in the outer corner just for some more dimension. This black shade I will not bring as far over onto the lid as I did as the green shade. This shade is just going directly in that outer corner. Then we'll grab our Glamour brush again and just slightly blend that out. Taking that fluffy brush again and just running over all those shades. So now that we have all our shades blended, our next step is to cut the crease with some concealer. And the first time I did this look, I was planning on putting a shimmer shade onto the lid. I was going to use this shimmer shade right here. But then when I cut the crease, the shadow's pigment is just super intense with the blues, that the concealer just started turning this light blue shade when I was packing on the concealer, and I just loved the way it looked. So it ended up being an all matte look, and I didn't even throw any shimmer onto the concealer. So that's what we're going to do again here today. So I'm going to grab concealer on the back of my hand. I'm using the Rainforest of the Sea concealer from Tarte just because it's hydrating. So I'm grabbing this flat baby concealer brush from Flower Cosmetics. Is it Flower Beauty or is it Flower Cosmetics? So I'm basically just starting off right along the lash line, and then I'm going to start bringing the concealer up. I can already see that the concealer is changing to a blue shade, and that's what we want. Might freak you out, but that's what we want. And we're just gonna cut along the eye there. And I'm just taking the brush that I used for the green and the black shade on the outer corner with no additional product, and I'm just going to make sure the concealer blends right in to those lid shades. And it basically does on its own, especially when you tap it out with your finger. So if you want, you can choose to add some eyeliner to this look. I did the first time I did it. It was like a prime eyeliner day. I'm going to do the eyeliner in my other eye off camera, and then we will be back with our whole face done and some final thoughts. So 32 hours later, we are done. Do you ever sit down and film and you're like, I'm just gonna film a quick video, it'll be super quick, and then 3 hours later you're like, sayonara to anything else I had to do today. Anyway, we are gonna start on our lower lash line now. So on our lower lash line, I'm gonna grab the shade Temptress, that black shade. I'm using the same brush that I was using for it on the eye, and I'm just grabbing some of that on the edge of the brush. And where our eyeliner is, I'm going to just lightly tap this just to connect the eyeliner with our lower lash line. And I'm going to grab the shade Busted right here, that blue shade that we first started off with. I'm using it on a Luxie 141 mini round brush. I love this brush for the lower lash line, it's amazing. So I'm just going to run this right along the lash line. So now I'm taking the shade Potion that we blended out that blue shade with on our lid. I'm taking the same brush and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to blend out that blue shade with Potion. Okay guys, here is the final look. I just love this color combo. I think it looks so pretty, and we're having a good eyeliner day, so yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you guys were able to follow along, and if you don't have this Jaclyn Hill palette, you can use any palette that you have blues and greens in. It doesn't have to be this palette. This is just the particular palette that I used for this look, so go ahead and use any palette that has green or blue to create this look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe down below before you leave. Go ahead and follow all of my other social media as well if you want to see what I'm up to, and I will see everyone next video.